Thursday Thunder.
Yes.
Adrian, on this 13th
There
day.
you go. I was looking to say.
Yeah. 13th day of July.
August.
And you're a marshal now.
It's also August.
August.
Yeah. I'm not a marshal yet. I haven't been certified to know what a
I
square
heard
meter
the
is.
greatest comedy skit on the radio today. Someone did about these COVID marshals. And
Yeah.
He was done like in a Western bar.
Yep.
And he shot and killed everyone.
Yeah. I was walking today, like doing morning cardio. I was like walking with Kia. I want to sit and I'm like, I want to have like pretend to have a holster and a hat.
Yeah. I can get you like a cowboy hat.
She's
that
buying
says
me a
Marshal
Nerf.
on it.
Yeah, she's buying me a Nerf gun.
So, if you might know what we're talking about, here in South Australia they have instigated a new restriction, which is that all premises that have a volume of traffic through, pubs, cafes, restaurants, bars, even shops, and gyms, need to have a full-time COVID marshal.
Yeah.
Now that's been put here in place in South Australia in a state that yesterday had zero new cases for the 5th day in a row, or 6th day in a row.
6th day in a row, yeah.
Had only 6 cases, active cases, which are in hotel quarantine.
With actual guards and police guard, not a private security company.
Yeah. So we have to do COVID marshal courses online. But apart from that, we don't know how it's going to impact gyms.
Not at all.
That's it. There's no other information that's come out. Apparently that will be released within the next week, and this is set to come into place on the 21st.
21st of August.
What day is that? Is that a Monday?
That would be a Friday, next Friday.
Friday week.
Yes. Great.
Yeah, tomorrow's 14th, 21st, yeah.
What are we supposed to learn though by doing this COVID online marshal
know.
certification thing?
I don't know.
Like what a human is, what a square meter is?
Well, yeah,
You know.
it's meant to be that we make sure that people in the gym are cleaning after themselves, have a towel in place, are following social distancing rules, meaning that they're not, 1, congregating in groups, and 2, not next to each other while they're training.
Which sort of makes is going to make training hard, because if you're training with a partner and you just
Look,
spot...
technically that has been in place all the time, the 2 square meter rule. In gyms, it's also obviously, I think it's up to the members to stay, common sense, don't be on top of each other when you're training and things like that. And if you have a look at most pieces of equipment, they are at least a meter apart. By the time you sit in the chair and the next person is in a chair, I'd say even looking quickly into the gym, there's more than a meter distance. But yeah, it's interesting times. I've gone ahead with everything that they've put into place and said, yep, this is all good for business, this is all good for business, but I think now they're going out of their way, I'm not saying deliberately, but they're going out of their way to make it hard for business that are coming back from a difficult situation. I don't think this is look, I agree in nightclubs.
Yes, that makes
sense. In
sense.
hotel front bars maybe, and things like that.
When you're literally shoulder to shoulder with someone.
But in little cafes that seat maybe 10 people, what you need to have a dedicated COVID person staring at these people, making sure that they're not interacting too closely. I think it's stupid.
At the same time, I don't think the marshal's going to be there either. Unless there's some real power-hungry idiot that's like...
Well, the police said that they're going to be enforcing this with random visits, so we will comply, like we have to, and all I can hope for is that in the next 10 days, South Australia stays at 0, it goes down to 0 active cases, and they might have some common sense and said, oh, maybe we overreacted here.
Just a little bit. Just a little of that old knee-jerk reaction.
Anyway.
Yes, let's get off that subject for now.
Yes. So what's been happening? We have got new products. So new products in store. We've spoken about grind quite often, and we have just a new flavour of a grind has come in, the strawberry kiwi. Now this product is starting to be one of our biggest seller.
Surprising, isn't it?
Yes, and I'm going to use this afternoon for our training session. I can't wait to try this out because what was the other flavour? It was pineapple. That was really nice. But the product itself is awesome. It feels like you've taken a Sting pre-workout there is no stint.
No stint, just nootropic.
Just nootropic.
Yes, that's it.
Yep. So that's available now, in store and online, $69.95.
Yes.
Now the other thing we've got in stock is a collagen.
Yes, this is Nature's Best Collagen, complete 1, 2 and 3 type collagen.
Yep.
This was a surprise to me. I saw it sitting on the table like, oh, what's this interesting product?
Yep.
But it's collagen. If you don't know what collagen does, it's like 70% of your muscle tissue, and it is primarily used for soft tissue and joint repair.
Yeah. So if you've got joint injuries or not injuries, even like joint pain or stiffness, collagen is something really good to put into your supplement plan. It's not a product that you'd rely on. You wouldn't rely on this for your protein.
No, you wouldn't.
You'd add this to your protein shake or put it just in. It is flavoured.
Yeah, mango lime.
So just into maybe a glass of water once or twice a day, and that'll give you about 20 grams of collagen all over the 2 serves.
Yep.
And you keep that up and just keep an eye on what your joints.
Yeah. We went through a collagen phase.
Yes, and I swear that integrating a collagen protein into my supplement regime fixed my shoulder.
It really did, yeah. No, I felt the same way.
So I had like tendinitis,
bursitis, uveitis.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's only $29.95.
15 serves. So if you have one a day, it's about 2 weeks.
Yep.
Which is up there because collagen isn't a very cheap product.
No.
But yeah.
No, that's available now in store and online as well. Coming soon. Now we've talked about this, and this I think is on board for delivery today. So Thursday the 13th.
Yep.
If not, it should be in tomorrow. But there's the Macro-Mike vegan protein in the 1 kilo. So we've had a lot of people asking for this, and we've got that coming in. We've got it coming in: blueberry muffin, chocolate caramel peanut butter, chocolate hazelnut, chocolate peanut butter cheesecake, and strawberry jam donut.
It's 6 flavors just there.
Yeah, but they've got about 12.
That's about 2% of their entire flavoring.
But we also got a Macro-Mike sample pack coming in, which contains 10 flavors to try in a 1 kilo bag.
There you go.
Yeah, so for the same price. So got a few of those coming in. So if you want to try the whole Macro-Mike range, this is a really good.
I've been saying this for a long time, that companies need to start doing this again. Because a lot of people don't want to commit to one particular flavor because like, I like it now, but I don't know how I feel in 2 weeks' time. By integrating all your flavors into like individual sachets in a box or something,
I'm pretty sure Max's did their super way.
They did a chocolate vanilla strawberry, like a sort of
chocolate vanilla banana, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
Triple pack, yeah. And Body Ripped years ago used to do it, and so did International Protein. Now I'm not sure. I think International Protein might still do that with some of their proteins. But I think it's a really good idea with companies to incorporate. But this is like each individual serve is in a little sample pack thing. So that should be in hopefully today, if not tomorrow. We've also got the Red Dragon Nutrition's Dragon's Breath coming in. And there's a new flavour called Granny Smith. I imagine that's apple.
I bloody hope so.
I see where you went there.
Yeah. Hopefully don't go over your head, guys.
Yeah. Also coming in, and Max says for Maxine's, and that is they're re-releasing their big tub of Maxine's Burn Protein Powder. Can you remember a few years ago they used to do a big 2.5 kilo box?
Yes, I remember that.
Yep. Well, they're going down to a 2.2 kilo, which is a 5-pound tub. Coming in chocolate and vanilla. So for you girls, and we got a number of girls who are real Maxine's fans, and they've been on to us about they really should come out with a bigger tub, and they have. That should be in hopefully next week in our next Max's order.
Should be good.
Yep. That's it for new stuff.
There's not much happening in terms of bodybuilding. The New York Pro got moved to Florida. That's one thing.
Yeah, that's going to be at the same venue where the Tampa Pro was.
Yeah, so they just moved it over there. That's all I know.
There's been some shows cancelled though too. The Boston Pro is cancelled.
Yes,
the Chicago Pro is another one that's coming up. That is still apparently on, but we will really see. In terms of pro bodybuilding in Olympia though, they announced that Phil Heath is coming back.
Yeah.
Now, look, we spoke about the Olympia a couple of weeks ago and said that well, I sort of said he won't go ahead, but all right, assuming he's going to go ahead now, there's still that cloud over overseas competitors.
Yep.
But 4 Mr. Olympias will be competing in this show, which is Phil Heath, Brandon Curry, Dexter Jackson, and Flex Lewis.
Yep.
So really, those 4 on their own is really worth seeing.
That is worth seeing.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have been tagging me, and you know, Phil Heath going for 8, and I've always said the last few years that Phil Heath is slowly declining. Like they.
Well, he was, and all Olympia winners who've won multiple Olympias, they were never as good as they were, except maybe Lee Haney, who really maintained a consistency throughout his reign.
Yeah.
But every other pro, including Phil, he had a couple of shows where a lot of people were saying, man, maybe you shouldn't have even won that. You know?
Yeah, like I've always noticed that everyone always puts up photos of 2011 Phil Heath.
Yeah.
His best showing,
and he was phenomenal.
By far, but that's the only photo they put up of him. They're like, oh, look at Phil Heath, 7 years ago. Yeah. What does Phil Heath look like now? Last 2 years later, needs to get his gut fixed. Got his gut fixed, still lost.
Yeah.
You know, now he's had a couple of years off. How's the recovery going? I mean, in terms of if they can compete, if he stands on stage with Brandon, Flex, and Dexter, he wins. Just overall fullness, roundness, etc. I don't think Curry can beat him. Like even Curry at his best, even the Phil Heath now might not win. But there's international competitors like Bonac, Rowley if he still goes through with it. I still think Rowley can actually have the chance of winning Olympia because of the way he showed it in the Arnolds a few years ago. And then there's obviously Big Ramy who's saying he's not competing, then is competing, and no one really knows.
No. And really those overseas competitors are going to have a tough time traveling.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, I think you're right. I think the only person I think who could most probably, if Phil comes in at maybe not his last, but his last win condition, Bonac might be, you're right, the only one that can really stand.
Because 2016, that was against Roden.
Yeah.
And Roden was like, they was like, oh, Roden could have won that. Then 2017, Roden beat him. And then it's like, well, Phil Heath is retired.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or maybe it's like, Phil's sitting back, well, yeah, I can go for 8. There's not many competitors now.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he's going to play it, but hopefully he looks good.
Yeah, look, it'll be interesting. Will the show still go ahead? Well, they've been able to run the Tampa Pro.
Yeah.
If a few other shows get off the ground and run, well then the Olympia will most probably run. But the main cloud is that how many or if any overseas competitors will come in. Yeah.
I also have to like, why now? Why in the middle of a pen, like when there's no one really wanting to go see
If you are an overseas if you were Bonac, would you go to America to compete?
No. No, I wouldn't. I personally wouldn't. Because then your country won't let you back in.
Well, that's right. Or, he might, you're right, getting back in.
Yeah. Because America's
could be a nightmare or an expensive gesture. Yeah.
America's borders are open to everyone.
Yep.
You can fly there now. But getting back into your country, you probably won't.
That's right.
Not for a while, anyway.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know how the Olympia goes. If they're trying to put Phil in there just to get their numbers back up because it's been so many little shows, who knows?
Yeah. Or did Phil go around and go, this could be an easy win?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. But I don't want to put people are going to think
there'll be a cloud on this win either way.
Yeah.
You know, like Phil really, he's most probably got the most pressure of everyone in this competition.
He does, definitely does.
Because it'll be like, 7-time Mr. Olympia didn't win, Phil's pretty shit.
Yeah.
You know, or then, Phil got his 8th, but only because of COVID.
Yeah, I didn't think of it that way either.
Well, it would be. Yeah. Everyone will then go straight away, all the Phil haters, he only won because, like COVID and all the good competitors couldn't come in.
Well, how old is he now?
I don't know.
Yeah. Can you put up how old Phil Heath is? Like here? Wow, he's that old, is he? Fantastic.
Yeah. So that's it. Anything else? I was going to ask you a question because I was thinking about this yesterday, and just because all week I've been talking to people training. So I'm going to put this to you quickly.
All right.
What do you see that people are doing wrong nowadays in the gym in terms of building muscle?
Not tracking anything.
Well, that's the main one.
Yeah. And neglecting the big movements or trying to invent the wheel.
I think girls are the main ones that suffer from that.
Well, Okay, now, I get it, females like to have a big ass.
Yeah.
Not being sexist, but I'm also saying a lot of them are looking very imbalanced.
Well, they are, and we've spoken about this before, and I've spoken about with our head judge, that we're starting to give feedback that your glutes are overpowering the rest of your body, which is wrong. Yeah,
you've got to have good proportions, especially if you're trying to
do... Wow, that diverted a lot. But, look, girls, don't just train your whole body as hard as you train your glutes.
Yeah.
Really. But, look, all right. What I see people doing wrong is, one, you use the same thing, tracking. Not utilising the main movements enough, and not utilising those movements, this comes back to tracking, to progressively overload on them. All right?
Yeah.
But I think one of the main things I see nowadays is that, and this could be the advent of big box gyms with 75 million pieces of equipment, is that every time they go in and then train, they train, say if they're coming back to do chest, they're doing chest on, let's do a whole heap of different exercises for chest than we did last time. Whereas I think that is detrimental to your training. And I bring this up because of that Branch Warren Fuad interview, where Branch Warren, when Fuad said, like, what advice can you give to trainers? And he said, like, pick 4 to 6 exercises, get really, really good at them, do them for 10 years, and you'll get massive. And he alluded also in that interview to that same thing. People chopping and changing their workouts is actually no good for progression.
No.
And I see some trainers are doing that, I think, just for the reason so that when they're training their client, you add in a new exercise regime, that client's going to be sore the next day because you've added something new in. Whereas if you keep training your client on the same program all the time, eventually they're not going to get sore or as sore. They're going to think we're not training as hard. You know what I'm trying to say?
I get it, it's like, my trainer put me through this exercise, which I've never done before. I really felt it was really sore. Go see them.
That's right.
That sort of thing. I've been training people.
I could get you, pull you into a training session, put you through a whole heap of exercises I know that you haven't done for a long, long time, push you to failure on them, high reps, burning, and the next day you'll be sore as anything. Doesn't mean you build one single scrap of muscle.
No, it means you're sore.
You'll be just being sore. Anything else to add to that?
No. I mean,
look, apart from nutrition, that's the other thing. But I feel people are chopping and changing too much. Put a plan into place, stick with that plan. Latest research, actually, that's the other reason I brought this up. I think I saw it on BioLane. Could be Lane Norton. I'm not quite sure now. But research has shown that 4 to 8 weeks is what you should stick to with on a program and then change it. That means doing the same exercises, trying to progressively overload on those same exercises for say 6 weeks, then change your program. We do 4 weeks.
4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, depending if it's like, we're really good this month.
Look, I've told you sometimes that let's do another week on this because I'm still progressing, I'm still getting stronger, I want to do another week.
And we'll keep the same movements in, but we'll just like change that. Instead of doing like an incline with a dumbbell, go incline with a barbell. So an incline barbell, go incline on a Smith. It's the same movement pattern, we're just changing up the way we do it.
That's right. That's it? Nothing else to add?
Nope.
Next week will be interesting, so we'll update you on what's happening with the Marshal. I'm going to get you a hat.
I want a hat, I want a holster, I want a little badge.
Done.
Like sheriff.
Done. I'll find that for you.
Just go to a reader shop. It's like $5. Get like little pistols.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. Don't forget, as per normal, this episode is brought to you by Australian Muscle and Australian Muscle the Gym and Australian Muscle Online.
With free Australia-wide delivery.
Free Australia-wide delivery. That's pretty good.
How's Australia?
For a minimum of
$20. $20. $50. It's gone up. Demand just suddenly skyrocketed.
$20.
What
were you going to say?
Has Australia Post been good lately?
Delivery times, look, they're not too bad. I went to deliver a parcel the other day to Freeling. Now, Freeling here is north of Adelaide. It would be most probably about a 30-minute drive with my car from here. Now, this person had ordered a PO box address, so I had to post it. And when I went to post it, the guy said, "Yep, it'll cost you this much. It'll take 8 to 10 days."
Just drive. Screw that.
So 8 to 10 days to get to Freeling, which is about a 30-minute drive from our shop. So, but
You drove?
no, I posted it.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, I posted it. That person requested an Australian post delivery.
Yeah.
So I couldn't deliver it because there wasn't an address to deliver
Fair
it
call.
to. So, yeah, if you're ordering online, I would suggest as much as possible use a physical address, because then we will use a courier, and the couriers are at the moment heaps faster.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, that's it.
That's it.
Thanks, guys. Got anything, hit us up on our socials. We'll try and cover it for you. If not, we'll catch you next week.
All right.
Stay safe, do the right thing in the gyms, put the fucking towel on the bench and use it, and wipe down the equipment after you finish using it. Don't send us back into it.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. See you next week.
Bye-bye.